Next week is going to be an incredibly special moment for us as a church. We're believing God is going to move powerfully as we come together to receive an offering of $65,000 to support ministries doing His work around the world. This offering is over and above our regular tithes, and we're trusting that you've been spending time in prayer, asking God how He's leading you to give. There's something profoundly meaningful about giving a gift to God during the Christmas season. While much of Christmas is centered on what we give and receive from one another, we know that Christmas is ultimately about Jesus. It's His birthday. That's why December 8th is all about giving to Jesus first. What a beautiful example we're setting for the next generation as we prioritize Christ in this season. Let's take a moment to reflect on what this offering means to God and how He's going to use it to transform lives around the globe. One of our goals for this offering is to invest in the next generation, the future leaders of the church. That's where our Future Christian Leaders lane comes in. Last year, we set up a Bethel Youth Mission Scholarship, and we're thrilled to announce a domestic missions trip taking place in Montana for 2025. The Henson family, who have been serving with YWAM and other ministries over the past few summers, approached us with an incredible opportunity to partner with them in this work. We're excited not only to support them financially, but also to involve our students in this life-changing missions experience. To make this trip as accessible as possible, we're planning to offer scholarships for students through an application process. While adults are welcome to join the trip too, spaces will be limited for both youth and adults. Instead of me telling you all about it, let's hear directly from the Hensons about this amazing opportunity and work happening in Montana.
As a part of this missions trip, it would basically be an 8 or 9 day trip where 4 days are spent on service and another 4 days are spent at a youth, it's called the Movement Conference. And the 4 days of service could look like various construction jobs or helping local churches. A lot of the local churches in that area are really united. All the denominations just work together for the sheer goal of just seeing the gospel fulfilled, right? Where they're living it out. So a lot of the projects may very well be at these churches and however they need it. And it's just being open to that and then just uniting as Jesus' bride. Then coming together at the end of the week for this 4-day conference, just as a united church again, with the intent to just worship the Lord and learn and have fun and celebrate all that we've seen God do that week and just all that God is doing in our lives.
We're not going to be evangelizing in heaven. We're not going to be sharing our faith. So that's really reshaped my perspective. It's refined my focus on the mission at hand. And that's huge because we're not going to be sharing our faith or evangelizing in heaven because at that point it's going to be too late. So we need to do as much as we can now.
I'll also add, you can't outgive God. We've seen it time and time again when God has called us to give generously, just the blessing that you get in return.
I've never had a time where God showed up where I stayed in my comfort zone.
Yeah. He's
always showed up outside of the comfort zone because that's the comforter. The comforter shows up outside of the comfort zone. And so he asks us to stretch ourselves and to be moldable, and then he shows up in those moments. And it's uncomfortable, but that's where the growth is.
Yeah.
That's where the refining is and the strengthening is outside of the comfort zone. He doesn't want us sticking with what we know. So we don't want to, we can get caught up in that very easily in our comforts, and it's not where God wants us to be. It's not where He calls us to be. So
put faith in action.
Yeah.
Church, next week is the time to bring our very best to God. Together we can make a significant impact through our giving. I truly believe we'll reach our goal of $65,000, but it's going to take each of us doing our part. Let's step out in faith and generosity to make a difference.